what is 3D vision? Well, this is a very fascinating topic because the world of science is divided in two parts. One is on intellectual design, and the other is on evolutionary science. And both these two fields clash because evolutionary scientists, many of them very eminent scientists, say that human eyes is flawed. There's a design fault with it. Remember, Darwin himself had doubts on the design of the human eye. He felt, although that human eye was not designed and there were flaws with it, but nevertheless, some aspects of his light, how he could converge on the lens, from the lens to the retina, and how we could adjust the light to the short sight and long sight visions with all the different forms of aberrations, was not a chance event. But he had no proof for that. Instead, he adopted for no design of the human eye, which also revealed in his letter to his friend in America. But this was in 1859 onwards, which is a long time ago. The world has moved on since then. Evolutionary scientists felt that in order to solve the mystery of human eye and what Darwin had said, one needed to go back in time and discover the different types of eyes, from the simplest eye to the most complex eyes, and then compare and look at the differences and how and where they took place in the evolutionary of time. Well, the best evolutionary scientists can go is as far as pre-Cambrian era, around about 420 million years ago. The problem there is someone like Gould, as a paleontologist, has discovered what is known as a punctuated equilibrium, which is multiple species had appeared at the same time in the universe. Multiple species. Now, this goes against the evolutionary trend and knowledge of Darwin, who had talked about slow, gradual changes over a period of time, which nature selects, and with mutation results in optimum human species, or any species for that matter. Now, evolutionary scientists like Richard Dawkins of Oxford University feels that if there's an engineer who was to design an eye, then surely he would have placed the light detector cells first in front of the incipient light in the human eye. Dawkins felt that the photocells, or the light conducting cells, rods and cones, would have been placed in front, not at the back of the retina. This is evidence of design fault, which evolutionary would correct over a period of time. No engineer would design it the other way around. The similar sentiments were echoed by Kenneth Miller, whose book in biology is quite famous and read everywhere in American schools by science students. And he says the same thing. The engineer had got the connections the wrong way around. And evolutionary would give it time to resolve that. But this is proof that human eye was not designed. Jonathan Wells of the Designer Institute, or Intelligent Design Institute, or Intelligent Design Center, has beautifully summed up in his analysis on the human eye with the views of Richard Dawkins and Kenneth Miller. Don't forget, intelligent design is an important topic and an issue in America, or in the world wise for that matter, by some pioneering scientist who feels everything has been beautifully and intelligently designed in our universe. And there's other group who feels that intelligent design is an attempt to bring in religion through the back door, particularly with the Dover court case trial in America, which had rejected the introduction of intelligent design knowledge. But that was a long time ago in 2005 with learned Judge Jones III's judgment, which I say with confidence can be set aside, just like American Supreme Court judgment can be set aside. Why? Because I have got new evidence. I have got new scientific evidence which was not available in 2005.